Well, hello there, everyone. This is Keith from Keys Comics coming to you out of cycle, as it were. Big Ranger game tonight, and I know nobody's going to want to watch comics and try to split their focus. And also tomorrow night, with any luck, fingers crossed. Oh, is it two fingers crossed, bad luck? Oh, I don't know. But maybe if, with a victory tonight, and tomorrow night the Rangers will be in the World Series. That'd be super awesome, but people will get distracted and they won't want to buy comics as much. So let's get in there. Let's get some a show for you to watch while you're preparing the nachos and the what else would we have? What are we having tonight, Cindy, for the game? Anything special?
You're making delicious chicken.
Oh yeah, some chicken, something.
Chicken mushroom something.
Chicken mushroom something or another. That'd be fun. So we were working today in the warehouse. Said, what the heck, we got enough for a show. Let's put one together. Give people something to do. Full transparency. We're here to try to sell you stuff. We're going to show you stuff one at a time with the price that we want for it and the price that it'll go out into the store for. If you want it, claim it. Type claim into the comments on the Keith's Comics Network Facebook page. You can watch our show on any of our Facebook pages, but if you want to claim things, you absolutely need to be on the Keys Comics Network. That's its own separate Facebook page. The Facebook page, Mockingbird, North Dallas, Firewheel are good, and you can also go contact the people of those work at those stores there. But if you want to claim stuff on this show, you need to be there. And full transparency, that's where we look. So, all right. Tonight, we were working some stuff from collections I bought this weekend, some stuff we found in the warehouse. We have so much stuff. Wowzers, there's so much stuff. We'll show you a little video if you haven't seen it later on in the show. Cindy's here with me as always.
I'm here as always.
And we're going to put these books up in just a minute. As soon as we find the fake Kelsey grammar to get this show started.
Let's kick this pig.
All right, let's do it.
And let's go Rangers.
Keys Comics.
All right, looking good across the board. Look, everything looks good. Cindy, you ready to go over there?
I'm ready.
All right, let's turn that one off, turn that one on. Oh, look at that, we're getting better. First book up.
Oh, I'm way behind, so I can't see. You'll have to tell me.
Oh, yes. Conditional offering. Conditional offering means somebody sent me their want list on Warehouse Hunter at keysneatstuff.com. You can go back to the start of this show later on and see that email address if you need to write it down. If you want to contact us about stuff that you've claimed in this show, Keith's Comics Channel at gmail.com is where you would do that. So there's a couple different email addresses. Sort it out and we'll contact the right people. We used to do it through the stores, but there's just so much going on in the stores it didn't seem fair. So there we go. This first item is conditional offering. It's a Mark Jewelers variant from 1981 Marvel team-up featuring the Hulk and Kazar. Look at that. You got some dinosaurs. You got some MODOK. This is one of just about everything in the Marvel Universe there. Fiji Plus copy will be $6 in the store, but the bump up from the Mark Jewelers variant makes it $8. Claim it. Even if you see somebody claim something in our show, go ahead and claim it yourself. Because sometimes people forget they have things, or at the very least, it lets me know people are interested in these kind of things. Next up, it's a full set. Ed Brubaker and Sean Phillips Incognito. It's an Icon. I forget which publisher did that, but this is, if you haven't read any of these stuff, this hard-boiled superhero detective kind of stuff. This is a complete series. Issues 1 through 6, beautiful, fine plus VF conditions. Collected edition, but some people like to have the original comics. So there you go. From 2008. This is all 6 issues. It'll be $20 once it makes it out to the store. You can score it today for $18. Type claim into the fields comment section of the Keys Comics Network page. A lot of people watch the shows later, or they send me private emails and they talk to us in the stores. That's all great. You don't have to jump on here as soon as you see a notification. You always can. We appreciate that. But fully, 3/4 of the stuff we sell on these shows are people watching late or in the future. And if you're one of those people, hello, future. Hello, future. Oh, good to see you. Next up. Wow, Digimon. It's hard to believe, Cindy. That property's 25 years old now. It's a quarter of a century old. Goodness gracious me. Dark Horse had the rights to do the early Digimon comics. This is all 4 issues, 1 through 4 from the year 2000. $60. This is kind of a premium. Wowzers. $60. If you're into that Digimon, many of you 30-year-olds, this might be your jam because it was on whenever you were growing up. what is it, $60 in store or $50 if you claim it in the comments section of the Keys Comics Network Facebook page.
Wow.
Pretty sweet. Oh, wow. Next up. Great classic Superman. And in the back of this, there was one of your favorite stories, right?
Yeah, crypto story. It's pretty good. Everybody was having dreams.
Oh, what was Crypto's dream?
Crypto's dream is he was in the Crypto's Fortress of Solitude up in space, and he was super disappointed because Jimmy Olsen tricked him in his dream and became like Super Jimmy Olsen. So
Jimmy, such a trickster.
he was.
Superman number 177, nice yellow cover. You see I have a little stain there on the cover. It says it's a nice VG copy. Be $18 if it made it out to the stores. From 1965, only $9 if you claim it in our Keys Comics Network comments field.
You just went to a different screen.
Next up,
The different screen just came up on Keys Comics Network. Nakamura. There we go.
Guilty. A Green Lantern classic issue. Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams issue. God, I forgot to write this in. It's got to be 1970, 71, 72, right around in there. Issue number 80. A nice, solid, fine copy. Mid-grade, upper mid-grade there. Nice. $40 in store, which seems like a steal. Or $30 if you claim it in their show today. Wowzers. This is great classic stuff here. The Hard Traveling Heroes is what they went on to be called. Next up, Cindy. Strange Adventures. Great DC sci-fi from 1965. A really well-read copy because these were really fun sci-fi stories, so they got read to bits. Later on, or maybe up around there, the Atomic Knights were in here, Adam Strange was in here, but this is all just sci-fi stories in this issue from 1965, $10 in store, $6 if you claim it during this broadcast. Well, you don't have to claim it during this broadcast. You can claim it anytime. The prices are only good for 72 hours, though. But, you know, if you're watching it in the future, you're getting busy. We get it. Cindy and I watch a lot of stuff whenever we can get around to it, and we know these shows are no different. Next up. One of the craziest storylines you've ever read, right, Cindy?
Yes, it really is.
This was a time period, believe it or not, where they didn't know what to do with Frank Castle the Punisher, so they just made him a Frankenstein monster. Wow, he got sliced to bits and then put back together, and what was it, the Bloodstone that was keeping him...
That healed him is what it ended up being, because I thought it would kill him if he took it from him, but it didn't. But then he got killed again, so... Then Wolverine, well, I'm not going to tell you.
This whole storyline reveals around Dakin, that's Wolverine's son, which I contend is one of many children. It seems around he's like 140 years old. This is Dakin and Frankencastle having a big, gigantic throwdown in Tokyo. And then Wolverine shows up, and then, all hell breaks loose.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's a 4-part storyline from 2010. This is all 4 parts. $25 in store if it gets that far. I think there's one more issue of Frankencastle after this, in which Elsa Bloodstone shows up and kind of puts a kibosh on this whole Frankencastle bit. But here we have some good fun. Dark Dakin, Wolverine, Frankencastle, Frankenstein's monster. Oh man, all kinds of craziness.
They're all angry.
They're all very angry. $18 for this complete set. Next up. I used to do a pretty good Dexter, but I won't do it anymore. Dexter's Laboratory, gigantic cartoon in the time period. When was this? Late 90s?
Was it
DD. Dexter's Laboratory. This is from 2002. Burger King did some toys for their kids' meals, and then it was also included a comic, and this is one of those comics. This is a really nice, pretty copy of Dexter's Laboratory #1, the Burger King edition. $10 if you claim it here. Wow, I thought somebody was breaking
He
in.
really wanted to be on.
Dexter's Laboratory #1, Burger King edition. $10 if you claim it now, $15 if it gets out to the store.
Yeah, please watch yesterday's show. It really wants to be seen.
Yeah, if you are just watching this, we have been putting a lot of shows up. So check it out. Maybe you're not getting notifications, or maybe you're just now finding us. Previous shows are good. If we still have the books, we'll try to sort out a way. Full transparency. We're trying to sell you stuff. We don't want that to be any doubt in your mind. This is Dark Reign, the Cabal. There's a whole series of storylines that kind of kicked off with Secret Invasion, which Norman Osborn became the hero, oddly enough, this whole time period. And this time period was called the Dark Reign, where Harry Osborn put together his Dark Avengers. And then behind the scenes, the supervillains were not just waiting around. They kind of made a pact amongst themselves because they knew Harry Osborn, he's going to implode at some point.
He's going to betray you somewhere.
And so what are we going to do at that point? Well, now we find the story out. This Fine Plus copy, Fine Plus copy from 2009. I bet you haven't even seen this book. It's hard to believe. That's 10, 13, 14 years ago? Wow. Dark Reign, the Cabal. There's some kind of version of Loki back there. I'm not sure which one that is.
Female Loki.
Yeah, $6 for Dark Reign, the Cabal. Next up. Wowzers. If you have somebody in your life that's a Harley Quinn fan, this is one of the Holy Grail books. Batman Almost Got Him is, as I understand it, the first in-print appearance of Harley Quinn. It was not a record, but a cassette read-along book. This is the book that came with it, and Harley Quinn, first appearance. The other first appearance a little bit later is in Batman Adventures #12. Of course, Harley Quinn's first appearance was in the Batman Animated Adventures cartoon, but this is her first print as opposed to her first comic. She had multiple firsts for the Harley Quinn. But, man, this one's was in a lot of people's back rooms and garages until it became super popular. Including our kids, that's right. This is a very low-grade copy. It presents great, but at some point someone may have had a Sprite or maybe some chocolate milk or something like that. Many pages at some point were stuck together, so it makes it super affordable as opposed to the high-grade ones. Or go look online, ones with still the cassette, and oh my gosh. Still with the cassette, still on the card, forget about it. Crazy expensive. From 1993, this is a low-grade copy of the Golden Book, Almost Got Him, featuring the first in-print appearance of Harley Quinn. $60 in store, $50 if you claim it during this show. Next up. More from that time period of the Dark Reign. Right after during the Dark Reign, there was this thing called the Siege. And I think this might be where the downfall of Norman comes from. At some point, Asgard goes to Oklahoma, remember? And they're like 400 miles above the place, and Norman Osborn decides he needs to attack it. I'm kind of sketchy because it's been over decades since I read it. But this was a one-shot special kind of walking you through how we got to the part of the siege. This is from 2009. Brian Michael Bendis doing this. $6 for this Origins of Siege. And look, I guess Loki got some kind of backstory there because he's no longer Lady Loki. He's kind of really a really high end, not so much OG Loki, but he looks modernized there. He's shiny. That's right. That's where we're going for. Shiny Loki. Next up. Family Guy. Again, when we get collections in, people aren't expecting books to be valuable. Like this book is super hot and super valuable, but this is a low grade because it was stored poorly, and it looks like somebody might have used it for target practice. You can't even see it. Whenever I took it out to give it the once over, that's when I discovered that it had some issues that make it low grade. And so instead of a $40 or $50 book, which I was excited about, it's a nice reader copy. It's not. It's a low grade from 2006, Family Guy, and I won't embarrass myself by trying to do a Stewie imitation. 100 Ways to Kill Lois by Stewie Griffin. $6 for this low grade copy. I mean, it looks perfectly acceptable. It looks great, as a matter of fact. You can finally see it there? Yeah. $6 for Family Guy, 100 Ways to Kill Lois. Next up.
He'll shoot your eye out.
Well, yeah, you shoot her eye out. Flash from 2006. This is the story. Let's see. This predates New 52 and Rebirth. But what's interesting about this is where Bart Allen becomes the Flash there. For the Flash #1 from 2006, nice swell cover there. $10 in store or $8 if you claim it in the comments there. Type in claim Flash 2006 #1. Spelling is not important. That's all that counts is that you get the claim in there. Next up. Ooh, really cool book. All New Spider-Man. I think this is the first Miles Morales solo series, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, from 2011. And this is a VF minus. These all came bagged. Cindy, if you could turn that around real quick, let me take a look at that. These all came in white bags, so you couldn't see the cover yet. And so this is the bag that it came in. We have included it here just for posterity.
We had it.
Yeah, and we had it. So there we go. A real minty copy of this is crazy expensive, but this one has a few dings on the spine. From 2011, very fine minus. $75 in store, $65 during our show. Ultimate Comics, oh, sorry. Man, this is a long title. All New Ultimate Comics Spider-Man #1. And that would be your Miles Morales early take right there. Next up. Oof. Wowzers.
Meow.
Meow is correct. From Amazing Spider-Man #607, this, J. Scott Campbell cover of issue number 607, VF copy, $100. Woof, $100 for your Spider-Man collection. They were trucking along $6, $7, $8, $10, and all of a sudden J. Scott Campbell rolls through. Everything gets crazy expensive. This is 2009. The print runs were probably pretty low, and so this is pretty hard book to find. There are lots of cool variants too. $85 is what we need for you to put claim Spider-Man 607, and this book can be yours. Maybe it's one you've been looking for. Hopefully for us, the FOMO is great. Next up. I thought this was much older, but it says 2018. Dr. Horrible. Who is that? That's the Hammer. I forget there was a sing-along.
Yeah.
It was
Doogie Howser.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Patrick Harris,
the Dr. Horrible there, and that's the rookie. Is
it Mal?
Yeah, it's Mal. From 2018. This is issue #1.
Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, Nathan Fillion. Thank you. See, when you get old, everyone, you can't remember stuff.
It takes us a while to bring it up.
Yeah, you can.
Coming from the dark recesses.
Yeah, we got to put in a request. Some brain cell has to go to the back.
It has to make its way there.
Yeah, hopefully wherever they're going, they're not on break. And then submit the request, and then they got to look around for a little while, open some file drawers, and then they send it up. $6 for Dr. Horrible #1 from 2018. Next up. Action Comics. Number 300. Is that right? Number 300?
Yeah.
Classic issue.
Yeah, it says 300.
Wow, from 1963.
Oh, and Supergirl and her Fantastic Superhorse.
What a surprise. What a surprise. Supergirl and her Fantastic Superhorse. Who would have thought? Issue number 300. Nice, solid VG copy here. From 1963. $60 in store. $35 for this classic Red Sun issue. It looks very Planet of the Apes-like, although I guess this is 5 years before Planet of the Apes. $35 for Action Comics number 300. Next up.
That is a thick Superman.
Yeah, he was thick all through that time period. It's right before Kurt Swan took over, maybe. Okay, where's my Harley Quinn fans out there? You got somebody in your life that's a Harley Quinn fan? This is it was an issue of The Flash, but it was Harley Quinn month. I suppose there was some kind of Suicide Squad nonsense movie coming out about this time in 2016. Maybe before that. Maybe what was she going to be in? I forget. Something. Well, this issue number 47 featured, it says 2016.
Cartoon? No, it wouldn't be the cartoon.
Maybe 2016. Oh, maybe that's when the series started. That's this book. I might have the wrong date on that. But anyway, this is the black and white Harley Quinn variant of Flash number 47 for your Harley Quinn fan. $8. Nice little present to throw in there. Nice little gift to say, hey, surprise, here's a Harley Quinn thing that you've never seen before. $10 if it gets out to the store. Next up. Oh, see, we're getting ready for the holidays. We're going through the warehouse, and Cindy's putting together these little packs. Stocking stuffer pack. This one, you said you gave it a name, right, Cindy?
I call it the Dark Side Pack.
The Dark Side pack. It has a little Darth Vader with a Santa hat. How cute is that? The Dark Side sippy cup.
Right.
And then what is that? A
That's
Pez?
a Darth Vader Pez.
And a Darth Vader Pez.
It is the Dark Side.
Yeah, that is an ultimate dark side's. If you have you need to be the cool uncle. Well, here we go. For $10 in store, you're going to see a few of these laying around. But you can score our first one that we put together as a proof of concept for $7. The Dark Side stocking stuffer, because nothing says
Happy Holidays.
Happy Holidays like the homicidal Dark Side maniac Darth Vader.
What is the name of the holidays in Batu? The Light Day or something like that?
Name Day or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, Wookiee Day.
Yeah. All right. Next up, other things we found in our warehouse. These foam balls. We did some research on them, and they're pretty cool. They're very stiff, almost stiffer than like a stress ball. This is a complete set that we found. I don't know how many are actually in there, but this is 7. We found 7 different ones. We don't know if there was 7, 8, 24. I don't know, but this is 7 different of these foam balls that we found for $15, and that's all of them. We have other singles. This was the only set of what we had put together. We have other singles that we could make you a deal on if you're interested in. Maybe you have a favorite character, DC character. You could hit us up and see if we have one of those balls. But otherwise, they're going to go into grab bags, right, Cindy?
That's right. That is correct.
But here's 7 of them for $15.
They just won't be here.
They just won't be here at the warehouse. Nothing else. Oh, where's Pablo? He's been bugging us for CDs. I know everybody's at work right now. Oh, hang on just a second. All right. Important question from the stores I had to answer. So here we go. What is this, Cindy?
This is during our actual open hours.
Yeah, usually we do the show in the evening when the stores aren't open, but this time we...
This is a rock CD that is out o' print.
All right. What's the name of it?
Orange Swirl.
I've never heard of this. Is that the name of the band or the name of the album?
That's the name of the album, and I forget the name of the guy. I forgot to write it down.
But it's $9.
But it's Orange Swirl.
And what kind? You looked up the music though, right?
I did. It says it's rock.
All right, a rock CD for you younger kids. We used to get our music on some kind of media besides ones and zeros. You know, going all the way back to wax cylinders. I mean, we didn't get those, but our parents could have.
No, my dad didn't. But Mom's mom would have.
That's right. Oh, hang on. More questions. All right, it's $9 for this out of print CD that people are selling it for what, like $25, $30 online?
Yeah, that's what I saw. I saw one. The most recent one that sold was $19.99. So
there you go. All right, next up, more CDs. Who's this?
Santana.
Santana.
It's the 30th anniversary
Oh.
expanded edition.
All right, $3 for this CD. Hope that if you need some music. See, this is from our swag section, stuff we acquire as we grow. When we buy collections, sometimes I buy a whole room, a closet, the back of a pickup truck, and sometimes we end up with stuff like magazines that we don't sell, that we just have to throw in the dumpster, or people's homework, report cards, and sometimes they're CD collection. And stuff we think we can sell eventually, we hang on to and dust them off, clean them up, and sell them in the show. What else, Cindy?
Probot. It's a heavy metal.
Probot the Heavy Metal CD,
It's a heavy metal
$3.
CD, yeah. And the final one for today
Oh, final one. Okay.
is Nirvana.
All right.
Best of.
Best of Nirvana for $3. That seems like a steal.
Yeah.
I'm sure they printed
That's what I say.
more than a handful of those, though. Nirvana, best of, $3. And there's our CDs swag section for the day. What else we got?
Now we're on to a $1 book.
Oh, $1 book, Dennis the Menace paperback. Yeah, back in the olden days, the 60s and 70s, people used to buy lots of these paperbacks. Wow, this is Dennis, a complete book. Play it again, Dennis. $1 for this Dennis the Menace. Next up.
Now we're into the $2 books.
Oh, we're in lightning round. I didn't even notice that. Lightning round are $1, $2, and $3 books because we have $1, $2, and $3 bins. We work these books. These are overstock stuff I don't know what to do with. Maybe lower grade stuff. But we don't talk a whole lot about these as we try to crush through as many as we can. This is Amazing Spider-Man number
246.
Number 246, $2. Next
Part
up.
of the tracksuit game.
Yes, yeah, he does. Maybe he started them. Next up.
Another $2 book from 1975, issue number 42.
Of Captain Marvel. Look at that. Next up.
Just like that, we're into $3 books.
$3 books.
245.
From 1982, Amazing Spider-Man 245. These books present great, but they have Texas patina on the back. Maybe a little ding here and there, but there you go. $3. What are you going to do? Next up.
Number 147.
What are you laughing at?
This is Superman. That force you're applying is killing Robin and Jimmy Olsen. Turn it off. This has to be done, Batman. Don't you dare try to stop me.
Oh, some super dickery going on there. World's Finest from 1965, $3. Next up.
Who cares about those guys? 248, $3.
$3 for Amazing Spider-Man 248. Next up.
13, number 13.
Adventures into Fear. Some people would say, hey, this is Man-Thing number 13. No, this book is titled, it's actually Fear. And then they put it Adventures into Fear on the cover.
Right,
And then they put Man-Thing Gigantic. So it's just a huge cluster. You're trying to look it up. If you don't know what you're doing, you're never going to find this book.
And I didn't know what I was doing. You should have underlined Fear, and I might have known.
Fear, number 13, $3.
What's that? Amikami?
Amikami Girls. This was a 2010, 2011, 2012, right around in there, in which the anime was breaking really hard, and DC said, let's get in on that. We got characters. We can anime them up.
I don't know. Maybe Arrow was still on, and he was still on that island for 5 years.
Well, did you know that he was a shipwrecked on an island for 5 years?
For 5 years.
Without a shirt.
I can't believe. Hey, he and Captain Kirk.
Without a shirt. Amikami Girls. This is featured Wonder Woman. At one time, this is a super hot book. Now it's $3 because this book was well read. It has a little dog ear on the bottom right. Hey, maybe it's someone missing from your collection. $3. Next up.
Amazing Spider-Man 244.
244. The early appearance of, I believe, Jack O'Lantern. So,
What gave you that idea?
I don't know, but he needs to go workshop that name a little bit longer. Issue 244, right?
Yes.
$3. Next up.
Issue number 7.
Number 7 of the McFarlane run, featuring Ghost Rider. Generally, we get much more for these in store. This one was just stored poorly, but if you are guys putting together a collection, because you just wanted to read these and ogle the McFarlane art over and over again, here's your deal. $3 for the 1990 Spider-Man number 7. Next up.
2001, Just Imagine Stan Lee's Flash.
Oh, yeah, there was this wacky time period where Marvel says, the characters are more important than the creative teams, and they cut Stan Lee loose. Crazy idea. They cut Stan Lee loose, and so DC says, hey, Stan, you're not doing anything this afternoon. You want to write a whole bunch of comics for us? And so Stan did his take on all the classic heroes, and this is Stan Lee's take on The Flash. This is a well-read copy, but if you're ever interested in this, $3 for Stan Lee's take on The Flash, in which they were all called Just Imagine. Next up.
The final book in the Lightning Round.
Lightning Round.
It is issue number 183.
Superman number 183. It's also an 80-page giant and a floor wax and a dessert topping.
G18, what is that?
That's giant size 18. The giant sizes kept their numbering, and then they kind of went back and forth. There was, I think, maybe as many as 60 some odd giant sizes. They started off as their own title for the first 12 to 15 issues, somewhere around in there. And then they kind of folded them into the regular titles. This is Superman number 183.
Yeah. $183.
It's only $3 because the cover has detached on the front. The spine is still there, the back cover is still attached, but the front cover has come off. So if you just always wanted to read this cool issue, or if you needed a placeholder, there you go, $3. End of lightning round.
That is it.
Next up, regular comics. Back to the story. Hey, Dennis, what you doing?
Hanging around for
Just-
a buck.
I used to watch that TV show in the afternoons.
Always was getting in trouble. I just read the comics in the Sunday papers.
All right, Dragon Ball Z. When manga was just hitting, the Viz Comics was doing it, and they tried to put them in regular American comic format for the Tokyo Pop, I believe it was, who popularized the thicker, at the time, $7.99, $8.99 versions of these and big, thick storylines. Kind of basically how they do them in Japan. This is in the Japanese format, but as a comic, this is issue number 5 of Dragon Ball Z. Now they evidently had very low print runs, or I don't know how they did all these printings, but this is a 7th printing, and still very, very expensive because, hey, look at that cool cover. Dragon Ball Z number 5, $15 in store, or $12 if you need to claim. Claim Dragon Ball Z number 5. Next up, Gray Area. Cindy, tell me what's this Gray Area about?
So Gray Area is about the bad cop guy, betrayer, killer, and he gets killed, and then he gets a second chance, and he lives in the gray area to try to redeem people so that he may be redeemed.
Ooh, this is a Wizard World variant cover exclusive, and it's signed by John Romita Jr. You can see on the upper right, and it's signed by the writer. What was the writer's name there?
Glenn something.
It's up on the under Gray there.
Oh, Brunswick.
Glenn Brunswick.
And
So
there's a Jansen too. So it's Brunswick, Romita Jr., and Jansen.
well, I don't see a Jansen signature. So those two were evidently at the Wizard World Chicago, or somebody got it at Chicago. Double signed book. John Romita Jr., classic, good artist. This is where he was starting to develop his individual style there. Pretty solid stuff. Signed times 2, $25 for Gray Area, number 1 from 2004. How cute is that? Scotty Young is the cover artist here. Super popular.
Oh, he's cute.
So, yeah, always cute doing these cute covers. This is a Scotty Young cover from Spider-Man from the 2016 series. Wow, he has such a huge fan following that I bet a lot of people miss this.
He could just retire on that.
I bet he
covers.
could. Yeah. Where's my Scotty Young art book? I bet there was one out there. This Spider-Man number 1 from 2016 is $40 in store. It's super popular. Super popular. $35 if you claim it here. Hello, Pablo. Welcome to the show.
What'd you have for lunch?
Cindy's, he's having a snack.
All right.
The snack is
In
popcorn.
Walmart as he's walking around.
Yeah, well, we wanted to give the show early enough today and we did it 4 o'clock Central Time, so that if people were at work and they said, well, I've got to leave here, maybe if you're at work, you maybe just listen to the show for the last half hour.
Right.
At the very least, listen to it on your car on the way home, and then come back and claim some
Gotta go
stuff.
watch the Rangers.
Yeah, because we know everybody's going to get busy. It'd be great to... you're actually working to pay for comics. Appreciate that.
All right.
So, so maybe a lot of people will be watching the show in the future. Hello, future. Right before the Ranger game, looking for something, because you can't just sit around going, I can't listen to them talk about the last 2 games over and over and over again. I need something to do. Hey, watch our show. Next up,
The Webhead.
Webhead, Amazing Spider-Man 56. He's the Webhead without fear. 566. I'm sorry, from 2008. Issue 2 of this Craven's First Hunt. Oh my gosh, $6 for this. That's an iconic little cover.
That's part 2. It's a pretty good story.
Yeah.
Raven's Hunt.
This is Craven's First Hunt, though,
Oh, well,
not Craven's Last Hunt or Craven Hunt Family. There's about 6 different storylines that played off that title.
I
Now.
wish that movie would come out and we could figure it all out.
Right. Well, I don't know if it's even coming out
It may
now.
not ever come out.
Next
Maybe
up.
another Morbius thing.
Yeah, unfortunately. Uncanny X-Men, which it's not super apparent, but it looks like she's joining there. Rogue is joining the X-Men. Some kind of hazing incident here. I think she should report that to Professor X.
She hopes you survive.
Yeah.
Was she in the danger room or whatever?
And of course, a vacuum in leadership here. Where's Cyclops? He could be shutting this whole thing down.
He's just up in the left-hand corner.
He's just so useless. X-Men number 171 from 1983, $6 for this VG copy. Next up. Wow, Pablo taking shots at me. He's saying I actually comb my hair for the viewers. Oh,
What?
Wow, that was.
Wow, I take back those CDs I put in there.
Man, that's just mean. Venom, the 2011 series. This number 2 features an homage, pastiche, if you will, of the Amazing Spider-Man 300 classic cover. That's $20 in store, $15. I forget what this whole story was about this. Now I can't remember. Is this the one where J. Jonah Jameson's son becomes Venom? I think it might be. Rick Remender did this storyline.
Oh,
Super popular.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a cool issue. Next up.
Except for man, his legs are impossibly bent.
Well, that's McFarlane's.
Yeah.
All right, Action Comics 309, classic book we've had many, many times here. This is one of the issues that had John F. Kennedy in it, which was unfortunate, seeing as how he was tragically assassinated before the book had come out. I think they delayed. This might be the issue they delayed. I have to double check on all this stuff on that. But there's
Who's that, Lori the Mermaid?
Lori Lamaris, yes.
And Lois and Lana's there somewhere.
Yeah, so this issue 309 from 1964, a solid VG copy, $30 in store. But we know you guys collecting Action Comics, we want to make it entice you to buy many more of them. So $15 if you don't have this one. Who is the mystery masquerader that's pretending to be Clark Kent? You'll never guess. I think Bruce. There's Batman. Is there somebody playing Batman? Is that one of these issues where
Batman 66 is taking his place? This is Adam West.
I think that's Alfred playing Batman and then Batman playing Clark Kent. I'm not saying that's it. I'm saying, and why they think Lori Lamaris is there? That's pretty crazy. I love that she brings her tank along. By the way, next up, World's Finest. 153. Oh, yes. This is a classic issue. Did I download the I don't think I did.
The meme?
Did I download the meme?
I don't know. You showed it to me. I don't know if you...
I'm unprepared here. But this is the issue where it has Batman slapping Robin, which they use as a meme now. So issue 153 from 1965. $80 even for a VG copy. Wow. $65 if you need this one today. This is the classic. You see that meme everywhere where Superman is just slapping the bejesus out of Robin. And they you can put your own meme here. But that panel is from this comic, World's Finest, number 153. That's VG copy, $65. Fantastic Four, number 97. A nice fine plus copy. Pretty clean. 1970. Getting close to the end of the Kirby run here before they got crossed sideways. This is number 97. Some kind of creature from looks like some kind of Kirby Bubble Lagoon. Nice. $60 for this beautiful issue of Fantastic Four number 97, or $50. $50 if you type claim Fantastic Four number 97 into the Keys Comics Facebook network. Keys Comics Network Facebook page.
Maybe it's Craig coming out of the Everglades.
Could be. Next up.
3.
Our mini show is almost over. But look at it, we're going to end strong here. Looks like
We are.
Amazing Spider-Man number 606. J. Scott Campbell variant of this. Wow, from 2009. This is the black and white variant of this. $50 in store, $45 if you claim it during our show. Ooh, nice. It looks like Peter might want to look around a little bit before he starts laying the smack, so to speak, on the Black Cat. Next up.
2.
What? It's the same book again, except the original version of that, not the black and white variant. This comic is a little bit nicer than the other one. Plus, it's the one everybody seems to want because it's fully colored from 2009. $80 or $75 for during the show tonight. Ooh, look at that. Amazing Spider-Man 606, J. Scott Campbell cover in full glory there. $75.
And the final book for today.
Final book during this show for sure. Wow. Wow. Power Girl number 5. Hard to find variant cover with Gilliam cover there from 2009. Plus, signed by Amanda Connor. That's not her artwork on the cover. She did the inside of the book. Signed by Amanda Connor, this hard to find low print run book. $100. $100. Wow. If you're on the outlook for this book, you probably haven't seen very many of them. And here you go. One teed up for you. All you got to do is type claim Power Girl number 5 or $100. Yeah, we're asking too. What is Orange Swirl CD? But we kind of lost the.
Let me look it up while you're talking there. Hang on. I'll tell you a little more about it. We lost the thread on who the artist is on that. Although people online seem to really dig it, and we were shocked as you are. Don't know what to tell you. All right, Andy Timmons is the name of the guy.
Andy Timmons. All right, so
he's a rock and roll guy, evidently.
So he's probably famous if you're a music person, but we are not.
This is out of print. That's the big deal.
The big deal is that's out of print.
1998.
Wow, 25 years ago. 1998 CD. There you go.
So there you go.
All right, there's our special show. Hopefully the Rangers will win tonight. Hopefully we haven't jinxed them. And you have something to watch if it turns out to be a blowout later tonight, or maybe you're watching before the show. If you're watching in the future, we appreciate that. Hello, future. Claim anything you want. We'll come back and hit it. We'll come back and see you again. We're working on more shows. We're coming to the warehouse every day because we have so much stuff. A reminder, in case you're watching in the future, there's our warehouse right now because Keith had a buying problem over the summer.
And even though we've been working all these shows, it still looks like that.
Right. We've done since we've been back, we've done 7 or 8 shows. We're not even cracking like. Look at all those loose figures, all this kind of stuff.
We're working on it.
Lots and lots of stuff. Oh my gosh, so much stuff. And then underneath that, we have 3 rooms full of stuff too. So
yeah, the better stuff.
Actually, the stuff that we want to be climate controlled. All right, that's all we have for today. Cindy's been with me here as always. Hopefully the Rangers do well tonight. And if you see somebody has claimed something, you still want to claim it again. So it helps me figure out what we want to put in future shows. For Keith's Comics, I am Keith. And if I don't see you in the stores or around here later on in the future, I'll see you next time.
Keith's Comics.
Cindy, put up one more book for Pablo. He's been here for our show.
Is he our singular watcher?
He's our singular.
Thanks, Pablo.
Here you go, Pablo. Thanks for coming in. This is one we reserved in case people came in for the show. But hey, people are busy.
You get first choice on this.
There you go. Venom number 1 from the Rick Remender series from 2011. Bonus book. $40 in store. $30 if you claim it in the show. Yes, Pablo, we got you hooked up. All right, there we go. We are indeed done now.
There you go, Pablo. You can see what they are. Hey. Don't forget. Orange Swirl.
There we go. All right, thanks a lot, everybody. We'll see you next time.